I have a police record, and my police record says that I've engaged in domestic violence. Believe what you want, but I was physically abused by women that I dated. And on a few occasions where I felt like I had to defend myself. Self-reflection is a powerfully underrated tool for personal growth, because shit happens, right? Like, stuff happens all the time. Some of it is good. Other times you feel like you're getting smacked around all day. But without taking the time to stop and really understand what's going on, you kind of just bounce around from one thing to the other, oblivious. So think about it like this. It's like when shit hits the fan, or when shit is hitting the fan, it's about having the mindset to say, wait a minute, what am I learning from all this? Should I be learning something from all this? How do I feel about the decisions I made? Or what could I have done better? It's in those moments, those little pauses that you have, that's where growth happens, when you're able to sit back and reflect on those points. Think about it. Like, if you never check in with yourself, then how do you know that you're even on the right path? I mean, you say you're grinding, but we could be grinding on the wrong thing. But self-reflection will help you course correct or shift your focus. You know what I mean? So that you can make sure that you're on the path that makes the most sense for you. Okay, so now let me tell you how I learned this lesson, all right? And feel free to judge if it makes you feel better, but I have a police record. And my police record says that I've engaged in domestic violence. Believe what you want, but I was physically abused by women that I dated. And on a few occasions where I felt like I had to defend myself against some crazy shit that was going on, police were called, and of course, because I was the guy and I'm stronger and I'm bigger, and it didn't go my way. So at one point, I was somewhere without anywhere to stay. I was locked up, and I decided that I couldn't stay. They were gonna let me out, and I had nowhere to go. So I didn't fight it. I just took it and left, and it stayed on my record, and that's what happened. But the reason why I say this is because I wound up dating two women back to back. One I was married to, and the one I dated right after her, I wound up in situations where it was physically violent, and I kept wondering to myself, like, why the hell, like, how did I get here? Like, why is this? Like, every day, damn near, I was calling the cops because it was crazy. And yeah, I should have left, and I should have been smarter, and I should have did 101 million things that I didn't do for whatever my stupid reasons were. That doesn't matter. The point is, now I know better, and I learned I had to say to myself, I had to pause and stop and say to myself, like, why is this happening? Where am I? And what do I need to be learning from this? What are my actions and my decisions doing or saying about my mental state of being? You know? And when I took that, I don't want to say it was a plea, but when I took that charge and left, I was like, now I have a police record. You know what I mean? Like, what does that say? And what is it going to say to anybody in the future if anything prevents me from, if it prevents me from doing anything? So I had to think. That was a moment, that was a hard lesson for me to self-reflect. What the hell am I doing and why? And that was I wish I could have that back, but that's how I learned that lesson. Self-reflection. The truth is that we're so busy pushing through it or handling it that we forget to even check in with ourselves. But if you give yourself the time to actually reflect on what it is that you're doing or going through, or then that's when you grow. That's when you learn. You're like, damn, I could be doing this, or I should do this, stuff like that. Like, that's when you grow, not just react. All right, so here's my challenge for you today. Going forward, I want you to take 5 to 10 minutes a day for self-reflection. It doesn't have to be deep or overly complicated. Just ask yourself, what went well today? What didn't? And what can I do better for tomorrow? Trust me, that little 5 to 10 minutes is going to fuel your growth more than you realize.